What's going on, my friends? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin. Right now we're sitting at $27,500. We're about flat on the day. What I want to do is take a look at the weekly time frame. We're going to work our way in and get some good details today. One of the most important things that I've seen out of Bitcoin, guys, and what I'm really happy to see is that we are now trading back up above that 200-week moving average. That's something we've been taking a look at and paying attention to all the way back since August here of 2022. We are trading below the 200-week moving average. So the fact that we finally got up above it with some conviction, with some volume, I'm really excited to see that, because that's one of the pieces of the puzzle I've been talking about, guys. For me, just to give you personally what I've been doing, I've been scalping and trading Bitcoin on the 5 and 15 minute time frame, just trying to get a little bit of the move, but I have still not got into that position trade that I would like to get into. And for me, guys, the reason behind that is just due to the fact that I still believe there could be some manipulation in this market, and that Bitcoin is a tricky instrument. And many times, you'll get these massive pumps, and then before you know it, you can drop 10-15% in a day. Guys, I've been in this space since roughly about April or May of 2017. I've seen a lot of price action. So for me, I'm just really trading in and out of positions, really keeping a stop loss tight when I am going long on Bitcoin. But for me right now, I still believe we could retest some lower areas. And like we've talked about before, guys, many bear markets, to really show that that bottom is in, you will get that retest of the lows before you potentially move higher. And for me, I'm not saying we have to go down to those areas, but I'm going to continue to be patient and wait for a great opportunity to get that position trade that I'm looking for. And for me, at these higher levels, I don't want to reach for that. I'm going to continue to scalp when I see good opportunities, get in and out, get some grocery money, get some money to pay the bills and everything like that. But in terms of that big position trade, or that position trade that I want to get, I am not comfortable with that yet, and I'm going to continue to wait and be patient for that situation. So that's just what I'm doing right now, guys. We're going to get into the technical analysis. I know I wasn't here last week. Been dealing with some things with my disease and everything, so it's just been a little bit tougher, and I just want you guys to bear with me and hang in there. We'll try to do the best we can. All right. So when we're taking a look at this on the weekly time frame, we got a really nice bullish candlestick pattern up above the 50-week moving average and that 200-week moving average. As we were talking about, guys, it had been since August 15th of 2022 that we were trading below this 200-week moving average. So the fact we did close up above it with some volume, very nice thing. So what I want to look at next, we're going to get into the 3-day time frame. And what you're going to see, these green areas right down in here, these are going to be your buy order blocks, and in red, these are going to be your sell order blocks. And one thing I really like about this, it's going to show when those big players come into the market. And what I've really noticed is the big players, they play these big pivotal points. They're not going to be caught in no man's land. They're either really going to be playing off that support or playing off the resistance. So always keep an eye on that. On the 3-day time frame, just one moment here, guys. On the 3-day time frame, what we're going to be looking at is still trying to get over top of this 200 moving average, and that's going to be roughly here, guys, at about $33,344. Our 50 moving average is acting as support, and that's going to be at roughly at about $20,336. So that's also an area that we want to hold. But you can see the main areas of sell orders are going to be roughly around that 29,000 up to about that 33,000. In terms of support, we'd be looking anywhere about that 20,000 down to around that $18,700 if we're taking a look here on the 3-day time frame. In terms of the MACD, we still are positive. We're positive 349 right now on the 3-day chart. If we get into the 1-day chart and we take a look, okay, 1-day chart, we are trading up above our 50-day moving average, which is great, and up above our 200-day moving average. We had really nice support off that, came back in, buyer stepped in. And when I was looking at this here, guys, typically when you see a drop of this significance, the most likely scenario would have been a lower high. It's nice to see that Bitcoin just ripped right off the floor here, but that's also something that we have to be cautious of, that we went from about 20,000 all the way up to around that 29,000, very quick and up in a straight line. So I would anticipate some type of sell-off or some type of retracement coming back into this area, maybe even testing around that $24,000 in the days to come. Doesn't have to happen, but it's definitely something that I'm going to look at. I like to put these little mini fibs on here and just take a look. Many times we get back to that 0.5, which would be 24,200, or that 0.618, and that would be around $23,200. So definitely just keeping an eye on that here, guys. We do have some longer wicks on top here, so it does show some profit taking by the whales up in that area, but we still could have some room if we wanted to push up into this next order block and see this was the next kind of consolidation area that we had. So always looking at those support and resistances are really going to do a lot for you here. If we get into the 4-hour time frame, and also if you guys get some from these videos, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, let me know what you got going on today. I always love to hear it. It's exciting to hear what you guys do on the weekend. So on the 4-hour time frame, you can see we have some order blocks selling right up in this range here. We have started to lose our 50 moving average on the 4-hour time frame, so the bulls want to push back up, reclaim that. We have been trading up above it since roughly the 12th of March, so it's an important area for us. If we are not able to hold that, I'd look at support at about 26,700, and then it'd be down around this 200 moving average at 24.2, and then down here we'd have an average of about 22,700, this nice big order block down in this range here. If we get into the 1-hour time frame, and on the 1-hour time frame, we have now started to lose this 200 moving average on the 1-hour time frame. We had been trading up above that since about the 12th there, so that's pretty significant, the fact that we are starting to lose that. So we have to see if this order block is going to work out here, and we're going to find support here and try to push up into that $28,700, $28,500 range right now. If we take a look at our MACD, so our MACD is getting a positive cross right now below the 0 line. The only problem is, like we've talked about setups before, guys, I would want to see a bullish cross below the 0 line with us trading up above the 200 moving average if I'm playing this on the 1-hour time frame. Like I said, I've mostly been playing about the 5-minute time frame or the 15-minute time frame, depending on how the action's been going. If the action's a little bit quicker, I'll get in and out on that 5-minute time frame. If I want to give it a chance, I will play on that 15-minute time frame. But those are the time frames that I've been comfortable on right now with all the uncertainty. And you know, guys, I don't dig into the news too much in terms of Bitcoin and all that, but I have heard people talking about how there's a bet out there for $1 million Bitcoin in 90 days. And, you know, guys, I really think that's part of this huge pump that's going on. You know, to that guy, most likely $1 million isn't that big of a deal. And I think it could be more publicity. I don't see Bitcoin going to $1 million in 90 days. That's just me, guys. You know, anything can happen in this space, but that would take a mass amount of liquidity to be able to prop Bitcoin up to that price. You know, maybe down the road that can happen in a decade from now or something, but in the next 90 days, I feel like this is a publicity stunt to try to get more retail people to really FOMO into this so that they can dump on them. And that's just my opinion, guys. And that's why when I'm playing these long positions, I'm really keeping a tight stop loss when I am getting in and playing these. And like we've talked about, I don't short Bitcoin either for the reasons that we've talked about, how Bitcoin, when it makes its moves very fast, sharp, and aggressive, and many times it's in the middle of the night for us Americans. So I don't want to get caught in anything like that. I just, you know, I'm going to play in and out, guys, quick positions, and patiently wait to see if we do get some lower levels for Bitcoin, some really nice lower levels, maybe a retest even of that $15,500. Doesn't have to happen, but we've seen these things before, guys. If you go back to 2019 and we take a look here, so we'll go back to the weekly time frame and just really step back and take a look. So in 2019, we had a wonderful run. I remember this here, guys. So this was, we went from about $3,000 after we had this huge dump from 6,200 or so, went down to about that $3,000 area, and we rallied all the way up to almost $14,000 before giving it all back over the next 6 months or so, retesting the lows, and then we took off. And that's something that I'm anticipating, that we may have to retest the lows one more time before we can dig out of this. But, you know, to all those who have caught this move, guys, I'm a more conservative trader in terms of my larger position trade. I'm fine with scalping in and out, but in terms of a larger position trade, congratulations to anyone who has gotten in on this move and has made some nice profit from this move. So congratulations to you all, guys. Let me know what you're doing down low. I'm going to continue to be patient for that bigger trade, but if there's volatility and it presents itself, I'm going to be trading in and out on the smaller time frames, that 5 and that 15-minute time frame. So that's just my plan right now, guys. Congratulations to everybody who hit this. God bless you all, and take care, my friends.